ride on the spaceship with him back up around orbiting Earth.
Is that what it was?
And if he helped him out, he would take him for a ride on the spaceship.
No, wait a minute. Is this one of your new storylines you're going to be using for Windy City Pro Wrestling?
No, that's the truth.
Oh, okay.
Before Windy City.
I was going to say, wow, maybe you should be a writer for the WWE.
You know what? I should, but I never will be able to because I just ran my mouth about Triple H 5 minutes ago.
I got a feeling you'll be like Paul Heyman. You'll be the guy that's leaking stuff to the internet, Billy
They
Wack.
will call me in there. They would call me in there and they would have me do storylines, and they would probably eat up about 10% of them. And then I would be there a month, and then they would get me in the back, and then a bunch of guys would kick my ass. And that's fine.
Including Pat Patterson.
You could kill me, but you can't stop my ideals.
That's right.
I can't stand it anymore. I've had it. It's bad TV. And it is bad TV. Damn it. I'm going back to Triple H one quick last time.
God, Billy Wack.
One quick last time. And that's, like, people that are fans of Triple H, I don't understand. Oh, dude, Triple H rules. Really? What do you like about him? He's cool. Well, like what? What does he do? Do you like his matches? Like what? Oh, he's like kicks ass. Okay. That's not enough. That's not enough. I want more out of my sports entertainment people. You should hire actors and just see if they could wrestle around there. Now,
But they couldn't. But see, Billy Wack, that's one thing I do think you're missing about the whole thing, though, is because the wrestlers of today are like actors. The wrestlers of today can deliver a promo. They can work within a storyline.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
No, name 5.
Randy Orton. Randy Orton can deliver those promos. He can hit every bullet, every point he's supposed to. And I've even looked, because, you know, I don't get on the internet, but I've done some stuff here where we get to see those sheets of the script for Raw. And you watch that script for Raw. Randy Orton said everything he was supposed to say. Chris Jericho says everything he's supposed to say. These guys are like actors.
Orton. All right. We've got 2, 3.
Okay.
Michaels, he can.
Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker.
Yeah, guys have been around for like that long, and still Triple H can't do it. And then there's
but Kazarni, he can speak Carney.
Every guy on the roster should be able to cut a 9.5 promo out of 10, at least. You are an actor. Your name is on the IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. You're an actor. You're on a weekly TV show, and you have the acting quality of like soap opera actors, which is very stiff, rigid, and pathetic.
How about CM Punk? He's good on the mic.
He doesn't say anything on the mic. I'm waiting for him to say stuff on the mic, but he never talks.
He does sometimes.
But not enough for me. I want to hear what he's got to say. And he's had almost just about every belt, Intercontinental Tag Team, the World Heavyweight or whatever. He's got the Money in the Bank now. He's won this. He's done that. And you've heard the least amount of
Santino Marella. Santino
Marella is God.
Santino's funny.
And you know what? Santino doesn't have to win a single match or even wrestle. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the entertainment that will keep me tuned in. It's WWE. It says entertainment in the name. Sometimes it's not entertaining. It's like, I'm going to come out there and I'm here for one thing and one thing only, and that's the World Wrestling Championship. And it's like the same cookie cutter crap every week. So
wait a minute, Billy.
And it's entertainment. You have 3 sets. You have like a locker room, you have the hallway where they walk down, and then you have like the general manager's room with the picture on the back. That's it. Okay, film stuff like during the week, like a car chase or an explosion or something, and then they all have to meet up at the arena each Monday. Make it global. Make it, like, exciting.
So does this mean you're switching to TNA?
It means I'm switching to off. It means I'm switching to Xbox Live. And my gamer tag is
no more wrestling?
LWF Billy Wack. I'll be playing wrestling. Oh, you got to face me on SmackDown vs. Raw 09.
Wow.
Face me.
You're almost making me want to cry, Billy Wack. I'm going to come in every week and keep you up to date and tell you what happened with Triple H because you're not going to be following the shows. You got to watch the stories, man.
If it was Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan and it was primetime wrestling, I would be watching. In fact, I will be watching on WWE 24/7. But I will not repeatedly get kicked in the stomach, the nuts, and the brain watching Triple H anymore. Cutting promos and his crappy hammer. And he's always going to win. Oh, no, he lost to Orton last night. Oh, but it's like big deal. I lost to Orton. I'm sick of it. Give me somebody else that's like a good flagship guy.
You know what I do? You know what I miss? I miss the days of the surprise. I'm looking out this way, Nick. I miss the days of the surprise.
There's no more surprise.
There's no more surprises. There's no more Big Papa Pump showing up on Nitro. There's no more guys from TNA showing up in Raid and Raw. I just think if they could do something like that where you get something you didn't expect, where the surprise partner wasn't somebody from the locker room we already knew was in the locker room. I miss those days.
WWE got lazy when they were doing the draft because they would be like, okay, who's going to Raw? And they would show like blink, 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 blink. They would show like all the picture of all the people, and then it would stop on the one person. But they had 2 different graphics going. There was one that was like the SmackDown bank, blink, 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 blink. Oh, it's Mark Henry. And then blink, blink, blink. Oh, it's this guy. But you know what I'm talking about? They had like 2 different. You could tell who was already getting drafted to Raw and who was already getting drafted to SmackDown before they did the official thing just by looking at the graphic.
We got to go to our Nick Bockwinkel interview. We're doing the piece from the Nick Bockwinkel thing first, right? Yeah, the Nick Bockwinkel thing first. But we've also got tonight Austin Roberts taking on Killer Curtis Kellier from the last St. Martha show, Windy City Pro Wrestling. 500 people were there. It was a big deal. It was a great time.
Wait a minute.
I did play-by-play. I was there. It's our final
last
match.
one.
Yeah, I was there. It was the last show they did. It was a good time. 500 people were there.
All right. Ritchard T sitting here like a kid in the candy store at the Cauliflower Alley Club with none other than the president himself, Nick Bockwinkel. Nick, great to meet you.
Thank you.
I got to ask you, you were a big influence, I think, on a lot of wrestlers, everybody from Dean Douglas on down to Matt Stryker. Anybody that had a great vocabulary, I think, took influence from you. From what I understand, you hold a marketing degree from UCLA, and you used to pepper your interviews with some of the floweriest language I ever heard. You might even see a little influence on me.
Are you sure you're not an obsequious sycophant?
Ooh, I just might, but I might have to go back to my room and get my dictionary and look that up.
You could. I can tell you what it means.
Several-time AWA champion. I grew up watching you on TV. Big fan, I got to say that. But my main question for you is, for the AWA, for being part of the Cauliflower Alley Club, who's it more important to? Who gets the bigger buzz out of Cauliflower Alley? The fans or the wrestlers from yesteryear that get to come together and have camaraderie for a whole week?
I think it probably jacks up both crowds.
Yeah.
Because if you come here and the wrestlers themselves see the respect and the admiration that flows their way from all their years of getting bounced off the mat and everything, it just makes them feel good. For those who are coming to meet so many of these wrestlers, it's an enjoyment for them. So it's a win-win scenario.
Very good. You're a second-generation superstar. A lot of people don't know this. What was that pivotal moment for you that made you want to become a pro wrestler? If there was one moment.
If it was a pivotal moment, it was when after I had 2 operations in my first year of college with a scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, which was the #1 team in the nation. And so all of a sudden, when you're getting sliced on twice in your first freshman year, one on one knee, one on the other, they don't keep you. Business is business. So my dad said, well, come on home. And he said, you can just start wrestling in the preliminaries. And my dad was very pragmatic, just a real down-to-earth guy, no nonsense. And so he started training me, and the rest is history.
I got one more for you. Who in all of your career was your toughest opponent?
Toughest opponent. There's a whole number of them, I guess, that fill the category because you just wrestle. You're wrestling people that are just so talented, and to say that one. If I wrestled, say, you 2 or 3 times in my lifetime, and then I wrestled somebody else 2 or 3 times, you'd be interchanging, so to speak, at what time it would have been so difficult, and which was the harder match, which was the more strenuous match, and so I guess it would be hard for me to right now pinpoint who was my toughest match. I'll tell you what it was.
Okay.
Andre the Giant.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Man, that was a big dude.
I wrestled him for 1 hour. Now, could I have stayed that hour? If not, he threw me across the ring. No, I threw him across the ring. He was dazed. Hit the turnbuckle, and the turnbuckle came off of the post. And then I kind of jabbed it into his ribs, and that weakened the Giant. And so, what made me able to last for the whole hour was the fact that every once in a while, one punch to the ribs, and he was having a hard time breathing. So, in a sense, I couldn't beat him, and I don't have to feel anything but proud of that. But that would have been the hardest match.
Okay, I hate to put you on the spot, Nick,
Sure.
but you're the president of Cauliflower Alley Club.
Yes.
I want to join. You wouldn't vote me down in a board meeting, would you?
Not unless you're a very nasty, naughty individual.
No, sir. I've been good all weekend long.
You got all sorts of accommodations and letters of testament?
Yes, I will come up with them.
Okay.
I can have them to you by tomorrow.
That being the case, we'll take it into consideration.
Very good, and I appreciate it. Mr. Bockwinkel, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty.
See how Nicholas H. kept getting...
We're back.
Yeah, we're back, yeah.
Wow. Hi.
I was watching. You see how Nicholas H. kept getting himself in that middle mirror?
Was he?
Yeah.
God, you are like, you notice everything, Billy Wack.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to what's really supposed to be going on, but I catch
Right.
that little stuff that nobody else cares about.
Well, that was Nick Bockwinkel. It was fun to meet him. Good time at Cauliflower Alley Club was had by all. Picked up some nice wrestling memorabilia there. What's really cool, in the coming weeks, Nick will show you some of the art and some of the pictures and some of the stuff that was on display at Cauliflower Alley Club, including a cast, a metal bronze cast of Andre the Giant's forearm and hand, which is really cool. Just all that, all the old pictures, everybody. What's really cool is the pictures of the actual Cauliflower Alley Club class of each year. Everybody that was there, they take a picture. So you'll see like Cesar Romero, Mike Mazurski, all kinds of guys, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was really
what
cool.
did Cesar Romero have to do with?
You know what? I was trying to figure that out myself, but I think maybe something to do with Mike Mazurski, who was also an actor and was in a lot of those Disney films. He always played the big, heavy bad guy. Maybe Cesar Romero does have, being from Olympic Auditorium area in L.A., maybe he did have a little bit of run-ins in the ring, perhaps. I don't know, but he was there.
All I know is Cesar Romero would not shave that mustache for his part as the Joker, and that was always creeped me out.
You're right about that.
Mustachioed Joker.
But he still looked great, and what a Joker he was. That was the Joker I grew up with. And to me, Jack Nicholson was here we got digressing about Jokers. I always liked, what's his face, Jack Nicholson. That's a great Batman. But the new Batman, I didn't think it was that good. Everybody raves about it. It's terrible. Bunch of gunfights. It was terrible. I mean, Heath Ledger was good as the Joker. I will give him that. He's the bright, shining moment in the whole film. But the rest of it's a bunch of dark gunfights. It was like watching a Claude Van Damme movie. It stunk. I didn't like the new Batman.
Wow.
The past two Batmans stink.
Really?
They don't take me to a comic book world. The first Batman.
They take you to a real world where this
I
could
don't
actually
want
happen.
a real world. I want a comic book world.
Well, there isn't a Batman and there isn't a Joker, but
there isn't.
You can enjoy them in that most recent movie. I'll tell you that.
I was going to say, you just burst my bubble, Billy Wack.
There should be though. Why aren't there people? Why aren't there people out there like robbing banks in masks and saving bank robberies with wearing masks?
Yeah.
You would think like with all. How come every time some kid goes and blows up his school, they blame like Marilyn Manson or something? But like, there's no copycat like vigilantes,
right?
I don't get, or are there? And they're just trying to keep it down.
I don't know.
I bet Triple H has something to do with it, keeping it down, man.
Yeah, but ever see all these idiots on the bike trail that wear spandex? That makes me want to hork. Woof my cookies even. I think it's time to go. We got a match coming up tonight. We have got Austin Roberts taking on KKK, Killer Curtis Kelleher.
What?
Yeah, KKK.
Does he really call himself that? Here he comes. It's KKK.
He's KKK. Yeah, he's a black dude, too.
And he's a black dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he is an up-and-comer, this kid. But I'll tell you something. I saw him before the show. You know what he was doing, Billy Wack? Smoking cigarettes out back with 9 mil. I still call him 9 mil. He's got some other gimmick he's going with now. I still call him 9 mil. But I'm telling you guys, come on, this is Windy City. You don't need out there puffing on the Newports before the show or having your Philly blunt.
What are you talking about?
This is a sport of kings. This is about being professional, showing up, wearing a suit, not having a cigarette hanging out of your yap.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the new guys at Windy City. The new guys at Windy City. They walk around, these young guys, they walk around outside smoking on them Swisher Sweets. Really? Swisher Sweets, Billy Wack. No. You don't smoke Swisher Sweets.
No, I don't.
That's right.
It's Parliament Menthol Full Flavor or Camel Crush.
Oh, so you are a
Camel
smoker.
Crush.
You must have been hanging around with Jimmy Blaze and them POW guys.
And happy, this will air next year, I'm sure. But today is 4/21, so happy yesterday, everybody. Happy yesterday.
Oh, it was like some 420 day?
Yeah.
I know what that's all about. I heard about you, Billy Wack.
What do you mean you heard about
You and Nicholas H. in the van after the show.
Oh, dirty, dirty.
No. It's like a hemp fest, but I wouldn't want to go there. Anyhow, Austin Roberts.
Being a guy that smokes weed could be as angry and agitated as I can get all the time. I don't.
I guess RVD puffs a little hoo-ha.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Very successful career. Oh.
Let's go to that match. Austin Roberts taking on Triple K. Here we go from St. Martha's in lovely, lovely suburban Chicagoland.
KKK.
Here he comes.
Hard-working kid. That bell has rung. Your referee, Hammy, in attendance. And here we go. This is a qualifying tournament match for the Intercity title. The winner will go on to fight for the Intercity title at Battle of the Belts.
And Curtis is aggressive here. He's being aggressive here. Look at that.
There they go. You hear that crowd, DTA. You hear him, and he's going nuts. He is off the chain. You don't want to hear that.
No, he don't. He doesn't. He hates that. Austin sucks. He hates that. He hates it.
Killer Curtis with the lockup. Here they go. Backs him in. Does the champ.
Look at that. Real quick. Just muscling him back there.
Oh, smacks to the face. And here he goes. Here comes Killer Curtis. Killer Curtis says, come on with it. And wait a minute. Austin Roberts going for the ropes? Kind of cowardly. I mean, I know he's a tough guy, but it's smart. He's pointing. Okay, well, nonetheless, he didn't have to break it up like that. He could have took it to him. Yeah. Nonetheless, using the rules, smart maneuver.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why he's champion. Yeah, I mean, it isn't just brawn, it's brain as well.
And he's got the brains of these fans chanting Austin sucks, precisely what he told them not to say, and they're giving him a healthy dose of it right here. And he's biting the fingers of KKK.
Look at that.
Biting the fingers of Killer Curtis.
And one thing I will say, if the referee doesn't see it, man, I mean, there's nothing they can do.
Killer Curtis, excellent maneuver. Works that arm twist in, cinches it on. He's got the champion right about where he wants him, right at the onset of this matchup. Really showing us something here is Killer Curtis.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And one thing Killer Curtis most definitely have to watch out for is the same thing that Sean Mulligan had to watch out for, and that's Psycho.
Psycho with that stick. Twisting that arm around, got that wrist, got it cinched on hard as, look at Acumen, got him up. Doesn't quite get what he wanted out of it, I don't think. Wait a minute, Killer Curtis flings him back over, gets out of that one, and he's got this crowd in the palm of his hands. Does Killer Curtis Kellius?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's what I like. And he's dancing and showboating, but I will say right now, watch Acumen Austin Roberts because you don't want to get his concentration thrown off by showboating to these people that love Curtis.
You got that right.
Because Acumen will capitalize on that.
Wait a minute. Why is Austin Roberts grabbing the referee hammy, pulling him in, like screaming in his ear? I mean, I'm sorry. He's really, really taking control of Windy City, even the officials. Acumen Austin Roberts, big knee lift. Clubbing forearms to the back. Says, come on. He's telling he's goading these fans. Say it again. He's telling them, say it again. Say it again.
But you know, the crazy thing is, a couple of years ago, when we came here, these people loved Acumen Austin Roberts, but now they hate him. I mean, that's something that the association with Psycho does, you know, but at the same time, it makes you champion.
Not only that, we are in here. This is St. Martha's, hence the Saint. We are in a youth center. We are in a church, and he has got the entire tabernacle hating his guts. Oh, man, down goes Killer Curtis. Acumen Austin Roberts up on the second ropes. Very pleased with himself, taking some time out to showboat. Killer Curtis in a world of hurt. And Roberts very pleased with himself, doing the DX chop, thinking he's really cool. But I got to tell you something, with Psycho with the stick, I don't know. Quite frankly, I think this guy took a turn for the worse. He may be a great wrestler, he may be a great champion, but really, nobody likes him.
Well, one thing I don't want to count Killer Curtis out. I mean, like I said, there is a reason why Sam DeShera put him in this match. And I believe that Curtis could probably pull an upset just like in the big leagues with Rey Mysterio. He became heavyweight champion.
And if he did, he could go on right here tonight to face whoever wins the tournament, the qualifying tournament, to get into the Inner City Championship match at Battle of the Belts.
Wow, now that's something. That's something. Imagine if he wins to qualify to win that Inner City title.
That's it. Or will Acumen Austin Roberts go on to win the Inner City title at Belts and be a two-belted champion?
Yes, one thing I will say, I've had the Inner City championship. I mean, that is a hard belt to get as well as a hard belt to keep.
Yes, they are. They're all hard belts to keep here because this is Windy City Pro Wrestling, the oldest, 20 years in the making right here at WCPW.
Yes, it is.
Sam DeCero, the house that Sam, 21 years. Thank you, Mr. Gratchner, 21. And you can bet Mike Gratchner's been here for all 21 of them. Acumen Austin Roberts. Back up. Goes to his favorite corner. This is evidently these fans, man. He's got these fans worked up into a frenzy. Killer Curtis, though, is trying to get back in this thing. Psycho's like a rear-view mirror. See, Psycho's watching Killer Curtis. Acumen Roberts can turn his back to his opponent because he's got the Psych man watching.
And you know, the crazy thing is, Psycho hasn't interrupted his match. But wait a minute, here's Curtis. Oh!
Big flying back kick by Killer Curtis. These fans are rallying. They're loving it. Hammy's giving that count. 2. Somebody's got to stand up and get back in this thing, DeAndre.
Look at that.
It's a 3.
Wait. Austin Roberts is down. He is down. He's a little busy. Look, Psycho's over there trying to take the top.
Roberts back. He's back up. He's up to one leg. Back in there. Acumen Austin Roberts. Is he trying to take a powder to go back outside? Killer Curtis back in this. Blocks him.
Oh.
Rakes him to the face. Punching him hard. Giving it all he's got is Killer Curtis. Whips him in. Big back elbow by Curtis. Clothesline by Curtis. He's showing us he can do this. He's taking it to the champ.
And he is putting him down. Wait a minute. Reverse. What in the world?
He's completely confused by this. Flies over. Springboard. Only a 2. Would that have been an upset?
Whoa, let me tell you, that's exactly why Sam DeSero put this man in this match. He is putting on the show right now. Right now, he has the upper hand on the heavyweight champion.
Killer Curtis, one hard-working young wrestling star here at WCPW.
Oh.
Plants him with authority, but only a 2.
And I want to say that was a very basic move. Austin Roberts just picked him up, and put him down. That's it.
He's calling for it. He's raking the thumb across the throat. I think he's calling for the end of Killer Curtis. We shall see. Taking his sweet time, making his way up to that second turnbuckle. This is a no-nonsense kind of fighter right here.
Yes, it is.
In Acumen Austin Roberts. He's a brawler. Wait a minute.
Curtis is making a comeback. Oh!
Curtis gets back up and in this, interrupts the Acumen. Up to the top rope. Look how quick. The champ lies prone. Whoa! And he hits every bit of that flying strong splash. A 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3. What an upset. What an upset. Who'd have thunk it?
And I wish we would have got this on film. Iron Sheik is walking in, and a lot of these guys, I'll tell you, they're on those Segways now, or those little things they drive. A lot of the guys drive them things because they're older. They've had their bodies beat up for years. You know, I can understand. Anyhow, Sheiky, as everybody likes to call him, finally arrives at the building, and who is having dinner in TGI Fridays in the hotel but Awesome Kong, a girl named Cheerleader Melissa, pretty well-known independent girl, and what's her face? ODB. Did I call her what's her face? She's going to get mad at me. ODB, sorry. You know who she is,
yes.
Right? ODB sitting down with superstar Billy Graham, all having dinner, and then in walks the Iron Sheik, Sheiky. So it's a really cool moment just to see Iron Sheik reunite with Billy Graham, seeing all these up-and-comers from TNA, you know, just rubbing elbows in the hotel. It was cool.
If I was hanging out and superstar Billy Graham was there,
yeah,
I would definitely ask him who green-lighted the idea to have his surgery on TV. Remember when he had his hip surgery?
Oh, on WWF.
I remember Craig DeGeorge. Some of you may want to turn your heads. This is pretty graphic footage.
Really?
And, and I sat there and I was eating and watching, and they're pulling his face. You remember that? Do you remember that?
Vaguely,
do you remember that,
yes.
Nick? Do you remember that?
Nick remembers everything.
Yeah. Why did they show your hip surgery? That was a little odd.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, especially with all the rumors that he's had problems because of steroid use and, you know, your bones breaking down. They say it broke down his knees. They gave him lots of problems. I'd like to address that fact with him. But you know something? If you ask these guys the wrong question, they're liable to take you by the throat and throw you on the floor. You got to be careful.
That's fine.
You could ask certain questions sitting here in Chicago, but when you're in Vegas with these guys, you got to pay them a little bit of respect. And, you know,
that's why I don't go. I would be eligible for the cauliflower because they would be punching the hell out of my ears. I'm not disrespectful, but I'm curious. I'm very curious, and I like to get to the point, you know, sometimes. So that's my MO, and I ultimately don't mean to be disrespectful. But.
Interestingly enough, I mentioned Greg Oliver. We ran into him, who wrote the Wrestling Heel books,
mm-hmm.
Or Hall of Fame, Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame books. One of them's called The Heels. Ran into Greg Oliver. Well, the first night I'm there, I'm in the buffet, and as I'm sitting in the buffet, I realized I had to go to the restroom. Well, there ain't no restroom in the buffet, so you got to walk back out. Long story short,
Really?
I'm walking out to the concourse,
Kinda
right?
long.
Yeah, it's how they do it all over Vegas. So I'm walking out to the concourse to get to the toilet, and who do I see but Paul the Butcher Vachon and Mad Dog Vachon? And I recall my book, The Wrestling Heels Hall of Fame. He said, Paul the Butcher said that Mad Dog would rather fight than eat. Well, guess what? They were trying to go into the buffet. The little Asian lady was not going to let them into the buffet because only Paul the Butcher wanted to pay. Why? Mad Dog didn't want to pay. You know why? Because he'd rather fight than eat.
Oh my
That's
God.
why.
Whoa. I'd rather eat.
And boy,
than
next
fight.
week, Nick, can we get me in this camera shot? Can we get
look
it
at
in the middle?
And he's been
We gotta
watching
go back to
it.
the
He's
table.
been watching
This
it
is
all
craziness.
night. And he's been watching it all night.
This is craziness.
And yet he still doesn't come running out here to fix that
This
camera.
is madness. I know,
Go
but that's
ahead.
okay.
Go
That's
to
why
cam-
I'm
go to
just
camera,
gonna
whatever.
I'm just going to carry on.
Oh,
He's
Nick,
getting mad.
He's on strike now. See, look at, like you're.
He's shutting us down.
What camera is that? Anyway,
I don't know. But
just
that was
try to-
interesting stuff. Austin Roberts tonight. What a put-together, tough dude.
He is.
Windy City's own heavyweight champion. We're going to see him at Battle of the Belts on the May 9th. This might be the last show before Battle of the Belts that we do, and I'm hoping it gets to run for all my friends at Windy City. Everybody out there, from Hammy, you name it. I'm telling you, the crop of rookies Sam's got, I'm telling you, everybody there is hardworking. There's other matches from the show we can bring out. Maybe next week have Bailey Mannix versus Steve Boz. Bailey, man, that's your buddy.
It is.
He's a tough dude.
It is. He is a tough dude.
He is.
He's all man. He's like 150% man. He's so man, he even has a manager.
And he goes down to what's called the man handler, from what I
Well,
understand.
I don't know anything about that.
Well,
but. Oh.
Wrap that up. Here we go. Ritchard T. Sin, Billy Whack, maybe next year, Cauliflower Alley Club. Nicholas H. had a ball. Thanks for the memories, and we'll see you next time right here on our Forum for Independent Sports on the Mat.